Hi, my name is Jason Detzel, coming from Cornell Cooperative Extension of Ulster County, and we are here shooting some right and wrong ways to do certain tasks that are physical on your farm. This is part of our Staying Safe with Animals series. It's directed towards livestock farmers, but anybody can learn something from this because we're talking about ways to not injure yourself. If you are a farmer, you're gonna get hurt on your farm, period. These are some ways that you can mitigate those situations. I've got hurt many times, and the things we're gonna go over today are many of the things that I've actually got hurt doing in the past. What's going to happen is I'm going to show you the wrong way to do these exercises. And Ashley, my friend here from Home at Last Farm up in Sharon Springs, is going to show you the right way to do it. So without further ado, here's our chicken tractor movement. Now, the worst thing you could do is come up here, and we have a couple slides here. Some people have things down here, is to take this and start jerking it. If you don't have a neutral back position, this is not good, right? We're not looking straight. We're not using our legs. We're going to try to use our arms and the top of our necks to pull this. That's not going to work. I'm going to go like this. And that's a recipe for hurting your back right there. Maybe a more sensible way would be to put something on here like this and lift with your legs up and then move it. But anyway, the worst thing you could do is come up here and start jerking on this and try to move it like this. That's the wrong way. This is Ashley Pierce from Home at Last Farm, and we're going to show you the right way to move a chicken tractor. So Ashley, why don't you show us how you're going to use your legs, keep your back neutral, and move this thing as you would like to. Now you'll notice she's moving it differently than I did. That's fine. This is the way that works for her ergonomically and for her body, and that's the right way to do things. I don't own a tractor in my place, and this is how I get my hay for my 50 to 100 cattle. It's a round bale. This is a smaller size round bale, about 700 pounds. Because I don't have a tractor, what I like to do in winter is set out my bales ahead of time so I can bring the animals to the food instead of bringing the food to the animals. Boy, does that save me a lot of diesel. The problem I have is that these bales are in the field and I need to sometimes move them to the cattle, which may be 20 feet away. Now, why would I need to keep it here? Well, if you take a look over this side, you can see how there's Electronet up here. That's gonna keep the cattle and the sheep out of this area and off this hay. We definitely don't want them in there till it's time. So it is pretty likely that I may have to move the bale down. What you don't want to do is not use ergonomics and not use your senses like I did and hurt your back trying to push this around. Now, there's a very simple way to move this thing. It's a circle. I, not being the smartest person, have tried to move them in the past this way. This is the wrong way to move around bale. Not gonna work. I'm gonna show you the way you should do it, then I'm gonna have Ashley really do it the right way. But you don't see me using my legs, you see me using my back. I'm using pressure on my chest, I'm not using my legs. If I were to back up, use these arms, you know, what they're meant to do. These triceps are out straight, they're strong, my legs are back, my glutes are tight, here we go. And I can push that now using my legs. Now, Ashley, can you come over here for a second?
Of course.
So I just want you to push this the right way because this is the way, which is just pushing it along this plane. Wouldn't this be easier if you looked at it? Yeah, and still use your legs. No grunting, no screaming. Isn't that a lot easier? But I'm serious, there's times on the farm where I don't do this kind of simple stuff. Maybe I'm stressed, maybe I'm overworked, probably definitely overworked because all farmers are. And we're gonna talk about mental health during our presentation, but that's the right way to move up around that. Jason Detzel, Cornell Cooperative Extension of Ulster County. I'm here to talk a little bit more about ergonomics. One of the most common things we do on the farm is move hay around. Whether it's in a round bale, we already talked about moving these, or a square bale. Now, the astute folks watching this will realize this is straw. It is a little bit lighter than a hay bale, but that doesn't matter. My point is, there's a few things to talk about here. One goes along with our theme is, do I need to do this right now? I'm alone, I have no equipment. Should I be doing this? Can I wait to do it tomorrow when my cousin's coming by? That's the first step. The second step is there a mechanical advantage machinery-wise that I can use to get this up to wherever I'm going? So whether it be a hay lift, PTO driven, or it's just driven on an electric box on its own, would it be worth it for you to get a lift? Are you putting 1,000 bales up on top of inside of a hayloft? I don't know. And the third thing is there a mechanical advantage that I can use that's not actually mechanical? So you'll see a lot of people use those hay pitch things. I'm not really sure what they're called. They're just like hay Hay hooks, yeah. Boom, you put them in the side and lift a lot easier. So that's my first 3 thoughts. But here I am alone, stuck having to move this hay, 1,000 bales by myself, on top of this trailer and load it. Here's what I don't want to do. Right? How many ways could I have just twisted my back, hurt my quads, whatever it is? You don't want to do anything when you're lifting fast. You don't want to do it using your back. We've talked about this a lot. We want to use our legs to get this up off the ground. This is awkward, obviously. Find the way you can. If I had those hay hooks, it'd be a lot easier for me to pick my legs and pick them up. Since I don't, I'm gonna make do. I'm gonna grab the strings. I got my back straight, I got my legs bent, and I'm up. Boom, using my legs. Now I gotta come over here. What I don't wanna do again, oh, I can't reach it, and go like that. That's how I've hurt my back. It's gonna strain your lower back and then you're gonna be in trouble. So getting this up here is gonna require a little finesse. So we know we're gonna use our mechanical advantage. We gotta use our legs, not our back. Push this up. Okay, I'm feeling good about this. I'm feeling good about that. I'm gonna grab down, get my grip, and then legs up, I'm up, no problem. And then boom, there we go. Actually, I forgot you're supposed to do the right one. Let's see Ashley do it the right way this time. Back is straight, using her legs, using the arms, not the back, boom. That's 1 of 1,000, you're almost there. Ashley and I were talking and I said, it's gonna be a lot harder to do this in 10 years because Ashley's roughly 10 years younger than me. And when I was her age, I would obviously take shortcuts and be able to do this stuff. But now as I'm getting older, my body's definitely changing. I'm only 41 now, it's young at heart, but my body is different. I do not recover nearly as fast, which is why these injuries are so important to me. And Ashley and I have been talking a ton about where we are here. We're on a farm in an applied space. There's a lot of theory and things we can tell people to do as far as grazing, moving things go. Then there's the reality of that stuff. That's called an applied setting. This is the epitome of an applied setting. My point is that what may work for you at one point may not work in the future. So you need to really be assessing what your needs are and what your limits are. If I had to move 1,000 bales like this, I wouldn't feel comfortable doing it by myself. How would you feel?
I'd call you for help.
And I'd be here. That's a great answer. My point is, and Jim O'Connell wanted to bring this up, that age is an important factor in all this work too. Farming doesn't have an age limit by any means, but there's definitely levels you need to take a step back and ask yourself if you should be doing something. It's super important that you make sure that you are doing things that are within your bounds.
And doing it right is going to help you to do it a lot longer.
That's a really great point. Absolutely. There's a lot of farmers that have to stop pretty young, I think, from injuries. So I want to talk about facilities for a second. Part of this course, we talk about animal handling, but we didn't really talk much about the actual facilities that you have. Whenever you build something for an animal, make sure you build it for people too. So here's what I'm talking about. We're going to pick on Ashley for a minute. This is the handling facilities, the run-in that she made for her sheep. Now for a sheep, this is a great size, no problem here. But if I had a roof on this and I had to go in and take care of some stuff, this is not going to be good for me because I'm going to be down on the ground, I'm going to be hunched over, I'm in a great position to hurt my head, my back, my knees, everything. So my point is when you have the opportunity to build something, build it tall enough so that you can stand in it. Same with Ashley's chicken tractor. When I first built chicken tractors, they were the Salton style. They were only a couple feet off the ground. If something breaks in there, you have to crawl in there through the mud, through the manure, around the chickens and fix it to move it. That's a problem. So my point is, anytime you can build a structure that has enough room for you and your animals, you're gonna be more comfortable and safer overall. We're gonna talk real quick about electronetting. This isn't so much something where you're gonna strain your back, although it's very possible, but it's definitely something you're gonna trip on if you're messing around with this. So for those of you that don't know, this is electric wire fencing. It's great for certain species of animals to keep them in, and it has its drawbacks as well. It's very common now. So what the thing is, when you're laying this out, you wanna do your best to avoid tripping on it. It's so easy to trip and fall. Here's what I do, and there may be other ways that work for you, but what I do is I lay a piece down and then I just start walking it. Eventually I'm gonna feel the pressure of that piece, other piece wanting to come down too. So I'll let a couple more come down also. And again, you can see how difficult this can be. If you're not strong enough to hold this with one arm, you're gonna have problems. So again, this is just something to think about and do it the right way, because you don't wanna do it the wrong way like I'm doing. So I'm gonna move this real quick. Off of here, it's stuck on my post. Yes, I have been stabbed by these accidentally in the past, so it can happen. All right, got that out. Now let's pick this back up. This is a perfect example of how this works. So now I'm gonna keep going. There we go, look and go. Oh, look at that, perfect. So it's coming on out. And now I know I've got the right spacing there, so I can let my next one down. Bingo, bango, boom. We got a fence coming up real quick. So my point is, doing it this way allows you to keep control of the fence and not go like this. Whoa, which is what I often do. It's really common. When I want to pick it up, it's the reverse. I've got them all in my hand like this, okay? I'm gonna come back, but I'm just switching sides. Now I'm gonna just roll it this way a little bit. I'm gonna make sure I get that piece in there. It doesn't have to be perfect. You saw it. It will come out on its own as you go. I stop, I pick up a post, and I keep moving, just like this. My feet are out of the way. I'm probably not gonna trip. I may pick up some poop accidentally. And as a farmer, that's part of my everyday. What's important is that I'm not tripping, I'm not falling, and I'm feeling good about lifting up this fence. That's your quick daily tip about electronetting. One more tip, when you put it away, roll it up. Ashley does this too. This is how I do it also. I roll it like this. I try to make it as straight as possible, but typically it'll come out straight. You roll it in. And then, bingo bango, you tie it up, you got a great thing to store till next year. All right, cool. I just want to talk 1 minute about balance. Now, balance isn't just for ballerinas or ice skaters. It help us stay safe on the farm too. One strange thing that happens is you need to keep your body balanced and moving heavy things. One of the most common things people do on a farm is carry buckets with things in them. It's actually called a farmer carry. That's literally what this is called. Now, you could take one bucket, fill it up to the brim, and show us what it's like to carry a heavy bucket. Yeah. Oh my gosh, look how unbalanced that is. That's a back strain waiting to happen. What I'm telling you to do is it'll take you 30 extra seconds, pour half of that load into this bucket, and have a balanced load to walk with. That's a lot easier. You can tell, and it's gonna save your back. It doesn't take any much more time, and you still get the same amount of material to where you're going. So buy more buckets. Today we're gonna talk about another really complicated movement that has all kinds of potential to hurt you, and that's lifting a 50-pound feed bag off the ground. I have literally bulged discs in my back doing this, so I'm very careful about this now. There's nothing worse, in my opinion, of an injury than a slip disc. You can't really do anything. This is 50 pounds. That's no joke. That's a lot of weight. That's like a 9-year-old. So what you want to do is get close to it, get it close to your body, and lift it up. And we're going to reiterate this as we go through the course. But what I want to do is show you how to start this off the right way. Okay? I'm going to bend down and get one knee on the ground. I'm going to bring the bag towards me. No big deal. Okay. 50 pounds is still a lot though. In this position, I'm stable. I'm not going to fall over and twist. That's really what we're trying to prevent. This weight is enough to actually pull you with it and hurt you. This may be one of those things that you're not strong enough to do. If you're not strong enough to do it, not a big deal. Cut open the bag, pour some in a bucket, split it between 2 buckets and bring it where you got to do it. It's better than getting hurt. Not everybody can lift 50 pounds like this, and that's okay. Farming's for everybody. If you are able to lift it, you're gonna pick it up, you're gonna put it on your knee. All right, now I'm good. It's close to my body. I'm feeling stable, nothing much going on. I'm gonna give this bad boy a hug. And I have 2 options. I can either come up just straight up with my legs like this, feeling good, or what you can do is you can actually transfer this weight to your shoulder, which I think is probably a better way to do it because it kind of moves the weight around, and then you're back up. Now, it's gonna put a lot of pressure on your quads. This is not an easy exercise to do. What I wanna say is, if you can't do it, don't do it. Take a step back, take a break. It's not worth it to hurt yourself. Like Ashley said, if you're hurt, you can't farm. What's the point of that? So what you don't wanna be doing is down here like this. You know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna bend from the hips. I'm gonna bend down and try to pick it up like this. I'm not even gonna do it. That's how scared I am of this. But if I did do it, you know I'm gonna pop, 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 back all kinds of stuff in my back. Feed bags on the ground. I'm gonna say to myself, can I do this better? Can I do it in buckets? No, I'm feeling good today. All right, I'm going down on one knee. I'm gonna bring the load close to my body. I'm gonna use my strength to pick it up onto my leg. I'm gonna further distribute that weight right onto my shoulder, and then up I go. So that's how you do it. Ashley, why don't you give it a shot? Let's see if you can do the knee lift. Let's see how we're doing.
Great.
Looks good, close to your body, on your knee, okay. Looks good, all right. Not that easy though, is it?
It's not that easy.
And you're young, we're both pretty young people. But you can see it didn't hurt your back at all, it strain you at all.
It did not,
The
no.
strain is in your legs,
Yes.
and your knees. So if you're gonna do that, your knee problems, you want to think twice. Again, there's always another way to do something. So take a step back and see if you can do this smarter, not harder. To show you guys something real quick. This is what's commonly called a chicken tractor, although you'll notice there's ducks in it. No big deal, that's okay too. The reason we're using this is to spread the manure around this pasture. These animals live typically before slaughter to be about 7 to 9 weeks. I want you to take a look at this real quick. This is 1 day worth of mature manure. If you had an animal in the same spot for 9 weeks, or all those animals, those 50 ducks or so, this would be a pile, 8 times 7, 55 times larger. This is why this works really well, because it allows us to spread the manure out, it allows it to integrate into the pasture in a natural setting, and the ducks are far healthier because they're not standing in manure all day. Not only that, they have fresh grass to eat every single day. It's the same contact rotational grazing. We're pasture raising these animals out here on grass because they eat grass and because it's nutritional for them. So that's why we highly encourage people to do this as part of your overall business plan. This may not work for everybody, but if you can fit it into your operation, then it'd be a great addition to your farm.